Hey everybody, it's Jameson. I am coming to you with a solo episode of my how-to series, Practical Spirituality and Mysticism. And in this quick episode, I wanted to give you information on how you can connect to your own past lives. So stay with me here and let's get into it. I'm just going to go over some of the tips that I would recommend as you go into a past life meditation. So, there are other ways. You can go online and you can look at past life meditations that are guided. You can go in by yourself. You can go to a meditation that's live, like the ones that I hold. You can get a past life regression. That is a much deeper experience than just tapping into past lives. Within a regression, the practitioner is actually taking you into these really deep states to be able to access information that pertains to the current life you're living now. And how that works is through law of attraction. Wherever you are vibrating at right in this present moment, you are also vibrating with other lives that you have lived or will live. And so you are able to access that information when you're put into a receptive state, like a meditative state. You can also get these visions within dreams. So I kind of want to go over just a little conversation about how you can tune into it when you are on your own. So let's start with dreams. Now, if you're interested in seeing what your past lives are, I can almost guarantee you have seen some of your past lives within your dream world. You might not even realize it. It could have been something that you're just like, wow, I had this weird dream and there was this mountain and blah, 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 and I looked like a princess and blah, blah, blah. Well, you probably had a vision of a past life. What's important to do with that is to make sure you're writing down your dreams and you're asking yourself, what did it feel like this dream was? What did it feel like it was telling you? That you can actively go into these dreams. And my friend Juliana Devar talks about dream incubation, where you can set the intention for accessing that information. So, what I would suggest is before you go to bed, really set the intention to access past lives and even say it as if it's done. So I would say, I am seeing my past lives in my dream world, or I am accessing my past lives tonight in my dream world. You speak it into existence and you tune into that thing, and you're open to receiving it. And then I would also say, so I can remember it. And if you don't have a notepad, you should probably get it. But yes, get a notepad. So I would say, I am seeing my past lives in my dreams tonight, and I am remembering it. Using that I am is very important so that you can make sure you're affirming that you're going to have that experience. And then be really open. You might wake up in the middle of the night. And if you wake up in the middle of the night and you have flashes, don't think for 1 second you're going to remember it in the morning. I want you to write it down right away. Got it? Write it down right away, even if you're like, and it's like Scribble McGee. You'll remember more than you will if you were to not write it. So go ahead and write it down. Okay, so that's one way to access past lives within your dream world. Just make sure the next day you're kind of tuning in. What does it feel like it was telling you? What were the messages? Look at the symbols that are coming forward within those past lives to see what they mean to you. All right? So the other way that I would recommend is definitely doing it in meditation. When I began to see past life information in a meditation, I actually said, I'm setting the intention to access my Akashic records. The Akashic records are the records of your soul's history in all directions of time and space. Okay, this is a very ancient concept. This isn't something new, and these records are in the ethereal form, in the ethereal plane. So many people see it as like they're going to see a library. I have seen it like that, where I saw a bunch of people in a wooden library, but it doesn't have to appear like that at all. It just depends on how your consciousness works. But when you say, I'm setting the intention to access my Akashic records, you will be tuning into accessing the information that you want to see about your past lives. So when I started doing that, I did it many times. I would go in and I would just be open. I would just be open to what would come forward that I needed to see at that time. So I would see different things, a little bit of Atlantis. I would see a little ancient Egyptian stuff here and there. I would also see things in our more linear past, in not necessarily this lifetime, but other lifetimes that are more recent. I would see that information. So it's important to be truly open. The other tip that I would give is to set an intention that says, I am accessing my Akashic records to see past lives. I go into this space with full love, full light, and knowing that any information that comes forward is for my highest good and that it's the highest good of all others. All right. So you want to access your information. You don't want to necessarily access anyone else's information or try to go into someone else's record because that is very assertive. And we don't do assertion. We don't do assertion. We don't want to assert ourselves on anybody else's experience. That is information that is for those people. Now, let's say you have a cahoots with them. You are able to access the information that you have relative to the person. But when it comes to their private life and what's going on with them, no, no, no. We want to respect people, right? Just like we want to respect everyone in this physical life, we want to respect everyone in the non physical life as well. So make sure that you are only going in with the best intentions. I'm getting away from spirit on that one, so that was an important one. Make sure you're going in with the best intentions and that you are seeking to be discovering beautiful things, having fun. Don't go in with a fear mentality. Don't go in with some kind of fear or lack. If you enter into that with fear or lack, you're not going to access the right information that's best for your energy and best for your soul right now. So always go in with a playful mind. That playful mind is very important. Nice, childlike innocence, going in with self discovery, setting that intention. Again, that's I am going into this meditation to access my past lives that are best suited for me now with all the love and light and the highest good as possible. All right. So say something like that. I just gave you my words, but if you make your own mantra, which I do talk about in my past lives online course about creating your own intention and mantra, you are able to make something that's curated to you. And I highly recommend that because you are such a powerful being. You have all the magic within you already, especially if you're watching this, then you are already tuned into it. Okay. So set your own intention and then allow yourself to release the resistance. What tends to happen is people will start judging or analyzing their experience. And what that does is it restricts the flow because spirit wants to give you information. And if we judge it or we analyze it, we are restricting what wants to come. Oh, I'm making that up. That's the biggest thing in a regression. In a regression, is that when I'm doing a regression, sometimes people will think, oh, am I making this up? And they'll judge it and they'll be like, I don't understand. There's like a boat and the boat's doing this. It doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. You're like watching a movie. You need to observe. Just observe it, okay? Observe and report. Observe it when you come out of the meditation, then write down everything that you got, and it'll make a lot more sense than you actually think it will. Okay? So that's the other way I would highly recommend. This is a very light version, just something that would allow you to tap into that space. When it comes to the meditations, again, you are able to find something on maybe YouTube, but go with an energy that you're feeling. Go with somebody that's like that you're feeling that you can trust in order to get into that space. Because the more that you trust the environment and the trust you of yourself, the more you're going to see flashes come forward. Now, again, in a meditation that you're taking yourself in, you might not get a huge visionary experience, but you might get flashes and you might kind of waft in and out of theta and delta brainwave states. So don't think that it's going to be this huge visionary experience. That leads me into regressions. When you get a past life regression, the practitioner or therapist will keep you in a state that accesses the information that you keep reporting on. So it's a fine art that keeps you in a receptive mode to access that information so that you can receive what you're looking for. But if there's not a practitioner there, it is real easy to doze off. Okay. So I highly recommend getting a regression if you are able to, so that you can get into those deeper parts and really see the entire scene. That's where you're going to see yourself moving through it, and you're going to see what's going on in the scene, who is there, what family members in this life might be in that life. You're going to get answers to things that are going on in your life. You're going to get answers to all kinds of stuff that happen within your entire life, and you're going to get a massive amount of healing and beautiful energy through your body. So it's a little bit different, and by a little bit, I mean a lot. You get a deeper understanding of what's going on. So it's quite a beautiful experience. So I hope that helped some of you that are looking into tapping into your past lives. Again, the easiest way is to go into a meditation and ask in your dreams, and see what you get. And don't have an expectation. No expectations brings the magic. I'll tell you that much right now. No expectations. So have fun with what you're doing. And another way that you are able to see like past lives that you may be connected to, think about the things that you're so interested in that aren't from this time. Something that pulls an emotion out of you. When you experience an ancient timeline, like ancient Egypt or ancient Greece, or you're looking at even the 20s and 30s, possibly, your soul could be tuned in to that time frame where you may have lived, because you'll get a physical reaction within your body. You'll get emotional for no reason. It's kind of funny and it just feels silly, but it's because your soul remembers the time of the thing that you're watching. And I do honestly believe that a lot of that is given to us so our soul can remember and be reawakened to the things that mean the most to us. So pay attention to those things. Are you really into like Civil War movies and you don't know why, but you just love Civil War movies? You could have lived in that time and maybe been a soldier that died in that time. So it's important that you realize that you're already getting information about what past lives you've lived, and all you have to do is trust it. Trust, trust, trust is the biggest word that I'm going to leave you with today. If you can trust what you are given and you can trust yourself, that trust is the key to unlocking these unlimitless abilities and potentials and power. Trust. And when we think about trust, what do we think about? That root chakra, right? The base of the spine where all that Kundalini energy exists at. It is awakened by trust. Your powers are awakened by trust. So the more that you trust yourself, the more that you trust what you're given in a vision, and the more you trust the love within you, the more you're going to access information about your past lives. I hope that helped you. This is Derek Jameson. I would love to talk past lives more, digging in the future, but I just felt like making a quick video about that today since I didn't have a how-to video with another partner of mine. So enjoy, have fun, and comment, and let me know. And don't forget to subscribe to this video on my YouTube, and ask me any questions you like. I'll see you soon.